So we got the good Bridges Boots 3. We got a blood bag in the utility pouch. Other than that, we have nothing. Changes will be undone. No, no changes undone. I got my friend Jonathan here with me watching the ending. So we'll see how the world works. I want to look in the share locker and see if anything's good here. So there is a gun. So the share locker is like anyone can put stuff in it, and then you can take it out, or you can put it in your private locker. And so I'm actually gonna take both of these. I think that'd be a good plan. I kind of want to ride pretty light. At least one of these. I don't really want a PCP. Do I have a skeleton? I don't even have a skeleton. Power skeleton level 3 or an all-terrain skeleton. Go with the all-terrain skeleton. Go with 2 armor plates. Power gloves. Screw and oxygen mask. I don't think I need it. I got an assault rifle level 3. Let's get a non-assault rifle level 3 and a 2. Ooh, I didn't need 2 of those. That's fine. Yeah, because look, you load all your... Like I'm loading each piece, armor plate, I'm just doing it really fast. You spend a ton of time in the menus. I don't want to attach this suit, I want to put them on. Slots for different things. So essentially I just loaded 1, 2, 3. I put armor on my shoulders, good stuff on my hips, whether it's grenades or something I can quickly access.
Does it make it walk slower?
No, this is like a quick setup. I'm like ready to probably boost through actually. I kind of want to run with the speed ones and just say screw it instead of the all-terrain. Smarter to go with the all-terrain one though. Alright, is there a reverse trike here? Nice. Who should I use? I'll go with the guy with the lower one. So we're going up to where it's narrowest, and then we're gonna leave. Oh, there's the Kiowa relay. I should have just went there really fast. That's cool.
Sam, it's Hardman. Be advised that chiral density in regions predisposed to strandings has increased dramatically.
So
No
many
doubt the beach is to blame. BTs drawn into our world under these circumstances may be affected in unpredictable ways.
Oh, that's good. Thanks for telling me. Not the best thing about trike, is it? No, I mean I'm heavy. I'm not that heavy though. The rocks, like everything has, it's kind of crazy. It'll make more sense when you see me really run. You'll see me run probably soon if I don't feel like I can get through this without it being annoying. It's like everything like that I would have had to climb over. It's very specific because the whole game is you traveling across this and building a route essentially across America and connecting all these little towns and cities. Where the fudge are we going? I do not want to go up here. I'm gonna be really honest. This should be I want to be down there where it's nice and smooth. I'm making it harder than it needs to. bridges, so that makes it even easier. So the game populates itself. See, like it just said that someone gave me a like because they used one of my zip lines. So the game populates itself with certain constructions that you're allowed to build and upgrade. At each little post, they all do it. Like this is gonna charge the bike just to full real quick, so I don't really, not that I really need it to be charged. Obviously bridges. That's a watchtower, so you can like look out for the area. Babies laughing. It's better in the headset. It's crazy. I can't put it in both either. But like it's all like that's essentially the whole game. There's a ladder right there. No, the baby like that your has on your chest. You have the BB. Yeah.
I saw that. I don't know if I saw that yesterday.
And the BB's laughing. Whatever it is, go right to it. Yeah, I don't really have that much stuff on me. I'm not really that heavy. So the baby, you'll see actually in a second, because I'm sure it'll happen. There's these things. The game is kind of like this weird tie between the real world and like the afterlife. And the afterlife has these things called BTs that get stranded here, beach things, and they're stranded in this world. They need to move forward, and so hold on, I gotta make sure I'm going the right way. Okay, we're gonna go up here and then cut up. What does this say? See, look at that caution. And so my guy has dooms, but he only has dooms level 2, the way the game works. Higgs had dooms level like 7 or 6. He could like make monsters or something crazy. So like it's not raining now because his head's not covered. If his head was covered with his little thing, then it would mean that it's raining because the timefall ages you really fast. See how watch, see how his hair just went back on? A lot. Yeah, I mean, it's an interesting game. It's really weirdly paced. Like I'm on a bike that's about to have boost. You know what I mean? So imagine if I was doing this not on the bike. If I was just walking this hill, it'd be a little smoother on certain parts because I wouldn't be hitting all these rocks the same way. That's for darn sure. It'd definitely be slower though. I know that. Huh? Oh no, we've gone a long ways. I'll show you. Hold on. Well, yeah, you're gonna. I'm trying to go the least resistance, obviously. Hopefully, that's part of my goal. I'm looking for certain markers. So, like right now, I'm not lost, but I don't know exactly where I'm at. So I actually overshot my boundary. I wanted to be here at the timefall shelter, so I'm 182 meters off. So the question is, do I just want to power through and go to up here where there's some stuff again, but there's not a timefall shelter? Do I need the timefall shelter is the question. I don't really think I do. So, all the orange, it's like either terrorist groups that either want to kill people, or they want to take your goods, like their mules. They want to steal stuff from people and put it in their post boxes, so you can re-steal from them. It's pretty fun. I can't wait to beat it because I want to just play. Huh? The timefall shelter? No. No. Small scale. 182 meters is the timefall shelter. I'm trying to get to Lake Knot City, 5,400. Essentially a full. Yeah, crazy. It's 3 miles essentially almost. I think I'm just gonna power through and say screw it. We're just gonna jump and get down here as quick as we can. Maybe even stop at South Knot City. Maybe that's just my new goal. I found a little path. The bike has a bunch of batteries, so we'll see. Huh? Destroy what? What does that mean? I don't want to destroy them right now. I want to just get to the east coast. You can't destroy them forever. If you destroy them, they repopulate in like 24 hours. We'll see what we can do. There's options. We'll figure out options when I get to that part. Right now, there's no terrorists. There's no terrorists there. When I get over here, yeah, we'll figure that out when we get past all the mountains. You know how hard it's gonna be to get through this with a bike? I know. I'm just wondering if I'm ever gonna hit the spot that it makes me get off. Okay, that was sloppy. Through the first little knoll. Should I cut up the mountain? Get to the snow, maybe? Oh no, oh, okay, well, guess we're going off the edge. I mean, it kind of looks, not even a little bit, it's not cell shaded, it's a big open world, but it's a bigger open world. It's way bigger than the. Yeah, but this is different. It's like this, your enemies aren't usually enemies. It's like your enemy is the ring. What is this guy?
Sam, do you copy? I've been looking into Clifford Unger and wanted to share my thoughts. To recap, Unger was a U.S. Special Forces operative, whose retirement roughly coincided with the death Stranding. After he left the service, he somehow became involved in the early BB experiments. However, he died before they ended. Now, while the circumstances surrounding his death are not entirely clear, I'm beginning to suspect that these battlefields of his are at least partially sustained by his enduring emotional attachments. Anger, resentment, regret. I'm pretty sure it's got something to do with the BB experiments. That much seems clear given his repeated attempts to steal Lou.
Lou is your BB.
Cliff seems to be driven by a compulsion to reclaim our BB, as if that will make him whole again. A compulsion so powerful that he was not only able to drag himself from the depths of hell, but bring a piece of that hell along with him. One thing's for sure, he's nothing like a BT. We need to know the whole story about his death and his connection to the BB experiments. I'll keep digging and let you know what I find, Sam.
This story is crazy when you figure out, like, it's long though. It's more like watching a TV show, like playing a TV show. It's long like Borderlands. Combat is nothing. Combat's nothing like Borderlands. Loot, nothing like Borderlands. You're not scared of the rain. Nothing. That's the thing. Red Dead 2, that's the only thing I compare it to. And that's just because the scope of the world is the most fluid all the way through. And vast. But meaning, like, yeah, this is that was like out of the chiral network. Why is it out of the chiral network? For some reason it is this zone right here.
Maybe it's
I just haven't built up. I know there's side missions that will build up more connection to certain places, but I just wanted to get the game done, you know? I was like, let's just push it. It doesn't even matter. I'm not worried about terrorist groups. I can kill terrorist groups. Nothing scares me anymore. I have so much stuff now that you don't have. Like, it takes you so long to get equipment that by the time you get it, like right now, like just what I have, this is what's considered like a small loadout. I have shields on. Would I destroy them? Oh yeah, it'd be over in like 3 seconds. It'd be over. I would pick a mountain that's higher than them and get up this. Then I want to get off that thing too. Sometimes I don't like driving. Because this is funner, especially now that I have my all-terrain suit. I got my hands and my feet. I know where I'm going. Oh, you know what I did? Let's see. Don't want to die though. We'll look around. Let's see. So pretty, bro. Okay. So we'll drop down another valley, then go up. Unless I want to go up to here and just sprint to the generator. But if I sprint to the generator, that means I'm skipping Scout South Knot City and going straight to where? Like a distro center.
I think it's crazy that that showed you.
What?
Like what is all this stuff?
So like when you don't start with any of this. I just built the whole nation one way going forward, and then you connecting people together. Anything blue is something that I think I've kind of built. Anything green is something that someone else maybe has built, and it's populated in my world to make the game easier. So like I have to rely on other people as I rely on myself. And the whole point is building America back, one strand at a time, tying these cities together. And you do that by. But you're not playing with them, but the stuff that is their world. That them doing the same thing I'm doing by myself populates their world. It's crazy. And so, I don't know, I might just dodge that and just go straight north and just say, let's just go to the weather station. I think that's the best way. I got the light suit on. Yes, kind of. And then so the BB stands for bridge baby. And the bridge baby is because it can see, like it can see, it kind of looks through the eye of that robot, just scans the terrain, looking for stuff, not really that I'm gonna shoot, some tumbling echo really hard. Oh, that was lucky. Light right now. I'm in like acid mode. So rainy. Nah, look, he's only got 34 kilograms of 195.
Oh.
He's super light for what he can carry.
What's this way?
And that's how many likes I have total. Likes is like the currency of the game. This is how much
So people
beryllium
like
I
you,
have.
like other people?
Yes, you can like all their stuff. Anytime you use it, it gives them a like. It tells you. And the beryllium is like how you power certain things. It tells you what you got. But like I have like full stats. Like a lot of my stats are really good. You know what I mean? So I'm trying to figure out where I want to go though. I didn't really mean to do this. I guess we are going to South Front. Probably be smarter than to do that. See, like the car would have never been able to get over here. And you're fast too. Like now that I have the stuff. At first you don't. Like I have an exoskeleton that allows me to power through. Look at my shoes. They have like robot legs on them. I have those power gloves. You know, like you don't always start with all that stuff. I like the zip line. That's the thing I like the most. I didn't bring anything to build. Yeah, zip lines do 300 meters of only you though. You can't have any floating carts. Like floating carts are things you can link behind you that carry 600 kilograms each. You can't have those with you. Your character can only carry 200, so you're gonna be dropping stuff if you have 600 kilograms loaded on a loading cart. You're trying to get on a zip line. But they are fast. I built a highway through the mountains. I almost took that route actually. I kind of wanted to. Now we'll finish that. Alright, the mules are gonna be closed. You know what, I might just steal a mule truck and some of their stuff and call it a day at the next town. Instead, I have to go. See how it says 5 likes from the baby? The baby's laughing. Watch out. See? Yep. Lose stress levels. So then, like, if you literally that fast, now the baby's crying. But you can choose it back to happiness.
Someone's happy.
This helps you see the evil things. Ooh, let me get to that time. Stop this sliding crap. Ever stop raining? Blues on my chest. Yeah, he's happy now. Gonna be here. The mules are just inside the timefall shelter along with the post box. It's a huge prairie. I don't like that, but I don't have much on me, so combat mode. Timefall is rain. Anything that the rain, it usually destroys your cargo, but meaning like the cargo like you could pick up. Like I could pick this up. 280 for a small. So that went on my backpack, but I don't have anything. Like, that's not really affecting me. I'm not very heavy right now. And so they leveled this up to 2, so they got to put a hologram on it, which is pretty cool. And this fixes it. Yeah, that's the back. That's what they have on them. The post box. Music starts. I only brought that one. Is that real? That's not good. That's true. So I didn't bring a non-lethal. Huh. Interesting. Very, very interesting. Alright, we can't fight them right now. I have to go around. We'll fight another set right up here when there's 2 sets. Well, that's gonna be the easiest part to get through, actually. We'll see. Yeah, I can't fight them. I don't have the right gun. They're gonna die. If they die, then I have to bring them back to the. If they die, they blow up and become like essentially nukes, and you have to destroy them in either tar or an incinerator. That just seems like a big waste of my time. I wanted to take their stuff. Yeah, I remember at the beginning of the game, in the first 10 hours especially, before you get your first exoskeleton suit, and you don't really have anything, you know what I mean? Like you're using the grapple gun. Like the bola gun is pretty cool. It's like it shoots a bola, you know what a bola is? A rope with 2 like rocks on the edge essentially, and so it wraps up. And you use it a lot because it's stealthy, it doesn't kill them, it just, you can run up, you have to run up to them and knock them unconscious though. But you can get non-lethal ammo, which is really, really helpful. Alright, are we good? Are we outside of it? Oh, we're not outside of the game. off today? Yeah, me too. I was busy today. Yeah. Alright, we gotta head up north.
It's the ultimate destination.
Way the frick up there.
But like, what's the end?
There's all the same stuff in a way. There's a safe house that I can stay at. There's bridges. There's ladders. There's ropes. There's cities. There's way stations. There's all this. All sorts of things. We need to go up because we're not getting around this freaking
Sam, you're not going to believe what I found. It's about the BP experiments, their true purpose. According to official records, they were continued in secret on the order of President Strand. Supposedly with the primary objective of developing BT detectors and preventing void-outs. Any advancements that could be applied to the fields of chiral communications and beach research were meant to be of purely secondary benefit. But it turns out, that's just a cover story. The truth is, Sam, BBs were originally conceived as catalysts for the operation of the chiral network.
Yeah, we found that out.
They're integrated into the infrastructure of Knot cities for that very reason.
That's crazy.
Every single one you've brought into the fold. It was probably Amelie herself who installed them as she moved west with the first expedition, carrying out her mother's grand plan, making sacrifice after sacrifice on the altar of progress. President Strand told the people what they wanted to hear and did what she thought had to be done. Also, America could be whole again. But I'm starting to wonder if it didn't cost her her soul. The chiral network is our greatest creation, our proudest achievement, and our guiltiest sin. I don't know how to feel about it all. Maybe if we knew more about Cliff and the BB experiments, we'd be better placed to judge. I'll be in touch.
The whole game. Gotta backtrack. Good thing I have the all-terrain boots on. Sad Yeah, it's kind of like they use the babies. The babies actually power the cities, the chiral network that you helped establish. They're the thing that connect them, the same way they connect the other world. Yeah, the story in a way for sure, in this complexity. It's almost like they're talking about abortion in a way. It's like a great sin, like in a weird way. The whole thing's about America, which I find crazy that this Japanese dude wrote this whole story about rebooting America. It's like the Japanese version is not that different, you know what I mean? It's not a different version. It's like the language. How am I gonna get up here? Question, do I have to? Not ropes, the green stuff? Those are like bugs or something you can eat to get your health back. There's a ladder. Oops, again. Okay, turn and grab it. Yep, someone else put that there. Whoever Mambria 4th is in there, 400 and now 39 likes. I didn't even bring a ladder. That's wonderful. help me. They just. No, you cannot do that. That would be cool. I thought you could be able to do that. Get it, grab it. Oh, he did grab it. Wow, I didn't expect that to work, I'll be honest. The chiral, this is what the chiral is. It's like from where the rain is, but see, I have 4,000, I have a bunch of it. It does a few things. The main thing it does is it powers your floating devices when you have them that hold things more than what you have. I wish I had 4K for this game. Could you imagine? And to know though that like you can walk through or down there. Oh, there's a trike. Let's see where we headed. Might just jack that trike. But I'll bring it in. Huh? I didn't leave it there. Battery, which means it's not a very good trike, which sucks. Some of the better ones have double that length of the blue bar. This one won't last very long. It won't. Especially if I use any bit of boost. It'll stay on the rocks.
Wonder if anyone's watching.
We're chilling. We're just gonna get to the distribution center and hang out. Actually, if there's enough chargers, I might get to use a lot of the vehicle. You can actually use them. If you use the same ones, you can put stuff in them as like mini way stations for yourself or little. Not if you put it in the private locker. If you put it in the share locker, yes. Huh? I always check for sure. No, I didn't really want anything else. The only thing I needed was a non-lethal rifle, but I'll get those. There's the truck. Where are we headed at? Okay, right up here. This little sneak path. Why is it so dark and foggy right now? That's annoying.
Beginning scan.
Oh, sh.
Contaminating suit.
What just happened?
Friend, somebody open it. That was real, dude.
I don't have what I want to fight these guys. Alright, we'll think about it. I think he's a porter and I killed him. I didn't know, I thought they were all in.
Contaminating suit. All clear.
Someone like me, just not as good, did save him. I didn't mean to run him over, I've never done that. Yeah, it's not a real player, it's an AI guy. I'm sure I just got dogged some point. I can deliver what? Nothing, I don't have anything. Alright, we do need to get this though. I thought I built one of these. Hit it up. Alright, bro. Take it easy.
Hey, Sam, I see you're coming up on Lake Knot. Stay strong. We're all rooting for you to finish the job and come home safe. By the way, I've made more progress in a certain investigation. It seems that Clifford Unger willingly put his own child in the care of the scientists conducting the BB experiments. But he did so completely unaware of their true intentions. This is pure speculation, but I think when Cliff found out about their plans, he attempted to reclaim custody. And after he failed, the BB remained in the program's care. In which case, he would have every reason to bear a grudge towards the president, the woman who allowed it all to happen, don't you think? But just because President Strand is dead, doesn't mean his hate died with her. No, I think he redirected it towards Bridges. Towards you and Amelie and anyone close to the director. And now that hate is driving him to set in motion the last Stranding, to bring an end to the world as we know it. Why else would Cliff hold Amelie hostage on the beach? He must know that she's an EE. There's no time to lose. You have to save her and the director. Though I still don't understand how he managed to travel to her beach in the first place. There must be more to their relationship. I'll see what I can find.
So I'm guessing once I get to the lake, they're gonna just have me go across and go all the way back to Capitol.
Well, I looked, and I couldn't see one. The network should have contained something past everything. There's no telling who he was. Which led me to consider another possibility. What if it isn't the director and Amelie who have a connection, but the director and Clifford Unger? And what if that connection is what facilitated the director's jump to Amelie's beach? If it's those two who have a personal history, then it might explain why Cliff is holding the director hostage as well. But even if that were the case, it doesn't answer the bigger question. How the hell did the two of them end up on Amelie's beach?
Sam, Hartman here. There's something else I'd like you to consider. A guess, albeit an educated one, concerning Cliff's objective. Somehow, with the aid of the chiral network, our individual beaches have begun to coalesce, resulting in the formation of a single massive seam. Should this process continue, there is a risk that BTs will flood across into our world, bringing about a death stranding on a heretofore unprecedented scale. Now, Clifford Unger's battlefields and my own beach appear to be unaffected by this phenomenon, existing entirely in isolation. They do not and have never intersected with others. But what if there were another class of beach, one that exists on a higher plane, that was responsible for setting this process in motion? And what if the beach in question were none other than Amelie's? Cliff may have summoned the director, but I believe his true aim was to seize control of Amelie's beach, to exploit its power over every other beach, and trigger the last stranding. It's the only rational explanation for Cliff's actions, which is why you have to stop him.
If Hartman's right, then we're in serious trouble. Using the chiral network in Amelie's beach to trigger the last stranding? That's why Higgs went after Amelie, wasn't it? If it was Cliff who put him up to it. Yeah, it all fits. With the last stranding, he'll finally have his revenge against the world that stole his life and his child. You've got to stop him, Sam. You've got to make the jump to Amelie's beach as soon as possible. Get in and get her back. It's our only hope. If you can't, then we're all doomed.
cutscenes.
Be there for you, your mom, no matter what. I couldn't just go off and get myself killed anymore. Couldn't leave you all alone. I couldn't. I had it all wrong. All wrong. Being a father didn't make me scared. It made me brave. I'm sorry. Sorry it took me so long. Don't make the same mistake. Be yourself. Be free.
Captain, I need you to hand it over.
Shoot him, John. Shoot him! I gave you an order. Shoot him!
Thanks for watching, by the way.
He's gotta be somewhere.
We need reinforcements. Get back out there. I will. Taking fire. I just want you to be happy. Where's my baby? So much. Tango. I'm sorry. Engage.
here.
Get my baby. Baby.
John, regroup. We need reinforcements. Go.
I want my baby back. Where's my baby? My name is Hunger. Where are you, baby? Baby. I just want you to be happy. My dear baby. 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 It's all my fault, baby. Where's my baby?
We need reinforcements! Move!
Baby. Where's my baby? I want my baby back. I just want you to be happy. Where's my baby? Tango! It's all my fault. I need you, baby. Baby. I'll make it right.
Defeat Cliff.
Baby. We're getting out of here. I promise. Give me back my baby.
Are you Clifford Unger?
Who are you?
Are you the father?
They told me your name was Sam Porter. But you were Sam Bridges. My bridge to the future. Sam, you bring people together. You're their bridge to the future. Come on, Sam. Stand up.
Take BB and get out of this place. There's nothing I can do for your wife. I'm sorry. Now, if she orders me to do something, I have to do it. I have to. But I served under you first. And your family doesn't deserve this. Any of this.
Why are you helping me? If they catch you.
Because you saved my life, sir. Again and again. When the brass sent us into the jaws of hell, it was you that brought us home.
Bring back my baby.
Sam, are you okay? I reviewed your logs. It looks like you were caught in a supercell and emerged an instant later on the other side of Ground Zero. Not far from Port Knot City.
How'd I wind up here then?
Remember Victor? He found you lying unconscious by the harbor and brought you inside.
I think Cliff might be Lou's father. He said, give me back my BB.
Impossible. Cliff was born...
He gave me this. Maybe he's trying to tell us something. Something about the BBs, maybe. About how they were made. It didn't feel like he was trying to hurt us. It felt like he just wanted to talk.
But you said you saw him holding the director captive on the beach.
Yeah. They must have some history we don't know about. Them and Bridget.
Funny you should say that. I've got something you should see. Found it in the archives while I was digging around. It's a pre-recorded message from the director labeled, "If I don't come back."
All right. This message is insurance, in case something happens to me. For Bridget's eyes only. And I sure as hell hope that's who's watching. I got a little present from Amelie. Said she'd take me to the beach if I wanted. But I'd need this doll to show me the way. It's a trap. It has to be. But I've decided to play along. You've all been playing along too, haven't you? You know this mask hides more than just my face. Well, Emily's a blank slate too. No past. No record she ever existed. She's a ghost. And the thing about ghosts... I never met Emily in person. Have you? Ever seen her in the flesh, shook her hand, touched her? The original team we sent was divided into two groups. Amelie was with the first. Mama and Hartman were with the second. They had no direct contact with her.
Yes. Amelie's group was wiped out in Edgenode City. Everyone but her. Everyone who could say whether or not she exists.
Bullshit. She's real. We touched, all right? She and I both.
Well, I've only ever interacted with her hologram.
I'm telling you, I've met her. In person. Lots of times when I was little.
Yes, but on the beach.
Here's what the president had to say about her daughter. Amelie was born on the beach. There her Ka remained, though her Ha came to this world. This division of body and soul forced her to spend most of her childhood in the hospital. But though her health was poor, her Doom's numbers were off the charts. Her supernatural talents blossomed as she grew older and overcame her limitations. But by the time she was 20, she could travel to and from the beach, body and all. And that's where she started spending all of her time. Now, if you wanted to get in touch with Emily, it was via hologram or nothing. The president insisted on that. I swore an oath to the president and to America. As far as I was concerned, her word was law. So when she said Amelie was her daughter and the best candidate to succeed her, I believed it. But when the archives were restored, I couldn't resist testing out my access privileges. And that's how I found out. Bridget was diagnosed with uterine cancer in her 20s and couldn't have children. You see, doesn't add up, does it? There's no way Amelie could be Bridget's biological daughter. So where'd she come from? Who is she? Is she even real? How can we be sure that Amelie is an extinction entity when we don't even know if Amelie is Amelie? Hell, for all I know, the EE theory might be bullshit. But if it's not, if she's the cause of the death stranding, then I have to accept her invitation. I've loaded my gun with hermetic rounds. Sam's blood. It connects my gun to her, to me, to him, all of us. Which means I should be able to take it with me to the beach. I'm gonna stop what she started by stopping her. One last confession. I'm just a man. No powers, nothing special. Don't have dooms, I can't repatriate like Sam either. Don't know the first thing about dying, I had never tried it. Yeah. I've been to hell. Every single battlefield was hell. But no matter how terrible it got, I never died. Because all I ever did was run from death. Well, I gotta go. She's calling for me. Bridges, don't let me down.
After he recorded this, the director jumped to the beach. Or rather, Amelie summoned him there.
He had a gun to Bridget when I saw him. Then Cliff showed up, took him away.
I thought he went to the beach to confront Amelie.
Yeah, she was there too. She was the one who got me out.
It's so obvious to me now. I can't believe I didn't see it sooner. It was Amelie who...
What happened?
The chiral network dropped out. According to Lakna, it won't be long before it's completely unusable.
So all our hard work was for nothing.
Let me finish what I was saying, Sam.
I'll tell him.
Fragile. You look like shit. You should be resting.
I know. I need to tell you something. I had a little chat with Higgs back on the beach. Didn't take much to make him talk.
You say why he betrayed you?
He said it was part of her plan.
What?
She was their leader. The terrorist void outs, the whole extinction agenda, Amelie was behind it all.
Like hell she was.
I know you don't want to believe it, but it lines up with what Die Hard Man said. Higgs turned on me after he met Amelie. At first, he was looking to expand his territory, and I had a power he could use. At least, that's how he ended up working with me. He was no terrorist. He just wanted to reach more people. But then she shows up with abilities that put mine to shame. Hell, she could even control BTs. So Higgs decides to go with her. And that's when she turned him into her agent of extinction.
Amelie gave Higgs his power.
Yep, she made him her homo demons.
What about Bridget? You care to tell me what she was doing on the beach? You got an answer for that too?
I know it's a lot to swallow. But Higgs said himself that Amelie is an extinction entity. I looked inside his pod, and there was no BB in there. Take a good look at what was. It's the same doll Die Hard Man had. This is their bridge baby. There's this idea that the terrorists brought back BB tech and Bridges was just following suit. It's garbage. Their methods and yours are completely different. Your BB links you to the world of the dead. Their doll links them to Amelie and her beach.
You know who else had dolls like this? Cliff. He was carrying them on the battlefields. Cliff, Higgs, the director. All three of them were drawn in and controlled by this extinction entity. And who is this EE really? Is it Bridget? Is it Amelie?
All I can say is that the answers are on the beach. What she wants and why.
If we get to the bottom of that, then maybe we can still avert the last stranding.
You've got to find her, Sam.
Whoever she really is.
She's waiting for you on the beach. Hurry back east.
Sam, the connection's unstable, so I'll keep this short. We have a job for you. Fragile's condition is deteriorating. If she slips into a coma, there's a chance her soul might become stranded on the beach. She needs cryptobiotes fast. Luckily for us, Fragile Express keeps a stockpile there in Port North City. So we'd like you to grab some for us while you're in the area. All the details are on the terminal upstairs. Please, Sam, this is critical.
Oh.
Need to eat something in real life. Excuse me. Yeah, I might save and hop off for a bit and then finish it later. I didn't know it was this far away, so hope y'all enjoyed. Like, subscribe, notify if you want to watch the end, and that way you'll know when I'm hopping back on. We can't have much left. Very possibly could even hop on again tonight. I just gotta have a break. I've been playing for a minute.